Good morning. Thank you for joining us on this Thursday and carrying on the tradition. I'm pleased to be joined by the mayor of the city of Fall River for our weekly conversation, Mayor Paul Coogan. Mayor, how are you this week?
Doing great, Keith. How about you?
I am doing well. Let's continue to talk about the distribution of the COVID vaccine. A lot of news actually came out this week in terms of I guess more flexibility for options of people to get the vaccine. CVS, I believe, announced that many of its locations, people can now just walk in and get the vaccine. The mass vaccination sites, I believe, on Monday will begin accepting walk-ins. Are you hearing that more people are taking advantage of these types of flexibility? And I guess you've also may have some news about how the city is playing a role again in reaching out to get people to get vaccinated.
Yeah, we have a website that we're going to be kicking off, Fall River. Well, I take that back. It's going to be frvax.com. And you can go on there and get all the updated information on vaccines available in Fall River that we can give you. There's also going to be a hotline number, and I'll give it out, 833-8-VAX-NOW, where they can also schedule an appointment or find out the hours that are available to get a vaccine. We do have walk-up clinics in Fall River already. We had a meeting yesterday with Tess looking at other alternative spots where we could set up our rolling vaccination site to get as many as we could. We actually had one yesterday in the lobby, a Johnson & Johnson vaccine clinic, and about 20 people walked in and took advantage of it. So as long as people stay with us and stay informed, anybody in Fall River that wants a vaccine now can get one.
Are the mobile sites continuing with FEMA? I know they've been the last 3 weeks, and I was actually thinking about this the other day. It may be time for some of those people who got like the first shots to come get their second. So are those continuing?
Right. Those are continuing, and those people that do get the first shots are scheduled and told where they'll go the second one. So those sites are still going. I'm here until the end of June anyway. I read something about the FEMA sites. I didn't know if it was specifically Fall River, but I think their intent is to keep them going till sometime around then. And again, anybody that needs a vaccine can call the mayor's office if they're stuck, 508-324-2600, and we'll help them find a spot. We have a number of vaccines. We have a number of clinics, and morning, noon, and night we have scheduled things. And they'll see us out and about in the city. As I said, we met yesterday on a spot down at Globe Four Corners. We looked at one over at the Benny Costa Apartments next to Stop and Shop. And we're going to keep moving and try to get as many vaccines out to where people live so it's convenient for them to get it so we can get a handle on this disease.
Yeah, I know that the governor this week also announced that, there's going to be eventually a cutback on some of the mass vaccination sites to target cities like Fall River that have, a higher risk and a higher level of infection. Has the governor's office communicated with you at all in terms of how that expanded effort may work? I mean, we're already talking about a lot that's happening here. Right. Are there going to be more opportunities?
Oh, there's definitely going to be more opportunities. We have a liaison that works with us from the DPH, Jackie, and she coordinates with Tess, I want to say, every single day, including weekends, on the opportunities that Fall River is going to be getting with vaccines. And we're well on top of it, believe me. We still have our constant meetings at 10 o'clock on hospital updates, COVID numbers, vaccine updates, and we're not taking our foot off the gas on this disease until it goes away and people can return to whatever normal used to be.
Yeah. In the meantime, the city still remains on the level of red in terms of a high risk still of infection. I actually want to ask you about schools. It's been a few weeks now that, the students who want to go back are been fully back. How has the schools been handling this? Are you hearing anything out of the ordinary in terms of, we know that the transmission is low in schools, but are we hearing that some students are actually been impacted by infections at all?
No, I actually have not heard any bubble ups anywhere. I've still been visiting schools. I'm going to probably go to one in a little while. I get out. I'm not hearing anything negative. We're trying also to locate a clinic in Durfee High School Our concern there is we need to get the Pfizer vaccine because that's 16 and up, and we'll need a consent paper from the parents of those kids. But we're trying to go into the schools so that maybe the end of the year can be more normal for all of our seniors and things. But no, I have not heard of any vast upshoots in those numbers.
Yeah. Well, there'll also be outreach potentially to say Diamond and maybe Bishop Connolly as well, those high schools
Absolutely.
populations.
Yep, all the schools.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. I want to shift gears briefly. Last week, I asked you a little bit about the makeup of the upcoming city budget. Today, I want to actually ask you about timeline. In the city charter, the budget needs to be presented to the city council 45 days prior to the new fiscal year. That would make it around May 15th. Well, next week, will we see the city budget?
You will see the city budget. We finalized it yesterday. Mary Sahadi has the budget well under control within the parameters that we think exist with the American Rescue Act. And I think that it's going to be going to print today or tomorrow.
Are you going to be having a special announcement about it, press conference? Have you decided that yet?
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll obviously have a few more meetings with the city council and we'll go forward after that.
All right. In the meantime, also this week, you celebrated a flag raising outside Government Center to celebrate the Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. Again, your administration, you appear to be very cognizant of our diversity here in the city, and this is another way to do so. And there's been a great contributions by that population here in Fall River.
They go over and above every day in our city to make Fall River a better place to live. They all contribute. I mean, that ceremony, I got to give Elena a lot of credit for helping put that together. She stays on me with things like that. So we do make sure we do things the right way and it's appropriate. But the speakers that spoke exclusively from the heart, and it was very moving. And I don't know, I shouldn't even say that, but I don't know if we've ever gone out of our way to acknowledge those subgroups, and they really appreciated it. They were very thankful. A lot of my former students were there from Durfee and local business owners in the Asian community, and it was very, very positive for the city. I'm glad we did it, and we'll do it again in the drop of a hat.
Yeah. Definitely a lot of great success stories here in the city. All right, Mayor Coogan, nice and short this week. I appreciate your time. Have a great weekend, and we'll talk next week. Take care.
Keith, you're slipping. That was very easy. Keith.
Yeah, well, give me another week. I'll catch up, I'm sure.
I like the easy, Keith. Thank you.
All right. Well, I'll see what I can do. All right, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care. And thank you for joining us this week, as always, on FRC Media. Have a great week.